looks like we're ready to go live on YouTube. Cross your fingers, everybody. This is a big fucking deal. We're live. Once again, I did it all by myself. I never needed him. I never needed him. I don't need anybody else either, apparently. So we're going to make this S happen. That's right, we're on YouTube, so we're super censored now. And that's kind of sad because I had this great idea to just read. I put out a post on Telegram. If you're on YouTube watching this, you're not. Then I put out a post on Telegram. You probably don't know what it is. You probably use Twitter and Facebook and Giraffe or whatever, all these things. I don't know. And it said, hey, post anything in this comment thread as a one-liner, and I'll try to read it on the show. Now, a lot of people immediately go, why don't you say something about the blank and blanks, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Hey, how about the blanks, the blank blanks run Hollywood, you know? How about the blanks own the banks? But they weren't even that clever. It didn't rhyme. But what about, they go, what about, hey, how about those blanks committing all the crime, right? I'm like, guys, come on, be original. And they go, no, try this one out. They go, try hey, how about all these blanks raping all these blank women? And I'm like, I obviously can't say any of that, nor would I, sir. And, but anyway, more importantly than that, most people, hey, Hate Facts, thank you so much for joining on YouTube. Good seeing you, bud. I can actually see these comments. Now, soon I'll get it figured out to where, hopefully, I'll have all the comments readable on my screen. So anyway, I'm going to stop flailing. Pay attention to me for a second. Pay attention to this as I try to... I'm going to try to pull my cut. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to try to pull up this YouTube stream so I can see it in this stream. So we're going to go copy. We're just going to try this. And then I'm going to go over here to Telegram. Yeah. And then I'm going to go to paste. Sorry, y'all, just going to deal with this for a second. I just still don't think I clicked the right thing, honestly. Actually, tell you what. Somebody send me Hate Facts, if you don't mind. Would you please send me your link that you have that you're watching this on? That would be phenomenal. I'd really appreciate it. And then I could just click it to open. All right, he says on Telegram. All right, great. Good stuff. All right, Stover, stand by. I'm going to send you the link to join. Stand by. We're dying here. This is what dying looks like. This is not how you do a show, guys. It's not how you do a show. I'm mostly, not entirely, but mostly talking to myself right now. So I'm going to have to go here. I'm going to have to go to caller, Stover, caller. It never works the first time, so we're going to have to do this 3 times before his link works. Okay, copy. Okay, X. I really wish I would have pulled this up on the screen and just showed y'all everything you got to do as your own producer and host of these things. Let me take a break a second. Let me take a breather. I know hitting vapes turns people off. It turns me off too. Also turns off even high-paid prostitutes. I actually know that personally. Just give me a second to chill, though. And let's see. I don't know where that... Oh, there he is. Thanks, Hugh. Let's try it out. Okay. Just give me a second. Let me turn that down. That's going to be loud. Let's see if it's working over here. I'll let you guys see this right along with me. Okay. Here we are. There we are on YouTube, everyone. As the Italians would say, Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get into this. So I can close that now. Now, like I said, Stover's going to say it's not working. I'm sure it's coming any second now. Not seeing anything. Not hearing anything. I can turn this back up. I'm going to X that out. A little bit of a delay on YouTube. No big deal. Oh, no. Oh, why'd you do that? Son of a bitch. That's going to come back to haunt me. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's not. I just saw it. Okay, we're good. A little personal information here. Stover, I hear you. Stover, are you coming in? Stover, go ahead, bud. He's trying. So I think we are on, I'm waiting on him to get it to work again. Let me try. This is just me talking, saying nothing. It's so fucking annoying. Stover, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think I hear him whispering. Yeah, I see you. There he is.
Why can't I hear anything?
Why can't he hear anything? I don't know. Can anybody hear? I know, no, people can hear me. I know they can hear me because I can see me talking. There he is. Let's just have him look confused for a little bit.
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
My sound is not coming through.
Okay, well, we'll just keep you on the back burner for a little bit. I'm just going to get into this, okay? I'm going to pull them up now, and I'm going to give this a shot. And they're not good because you people ruined them. You people know who you are. But let's try it. I said One-Liner Wednesday, and I was going to have a graphic for it and everything, and I got to stuff in my fat, stupid face. Ran out of time, but I got some things working. Anyway, here we go. Let's pull up these comments and read them. Now, these are just to be read as if somebody hands me a sheet of paper and says to me, hey, read this live without reading it. So, here we go. First one from Hugo says, he can put that butt plug right in his dirty, blank-loving mouth. Can't say what blank is. We're on YouTube now. But I assume it rhymes with shoes. That old gag. Okay, this one's, again, from Hugo. He says would be... I don't think people understand this very well. But I'm going to do it anyway. This is from Al Sharpton. If Tyree Nichols had been white, you wouldn't have beaten him like that night. Trad Strongman, honestly, man, I just wanted to make babies with a chick with huge boobs and hunt mooses in the fall. Oh, this is not going well. Please, plug Bush's Baked Beans. None of that Heinz trash. This is America. America runs on Bushes. Yeah, it does. At least it did till about the late 1990s. I'd say around 97. It stopped running on Bushes. Your mom was so black that in school she sat next to nobody because she didn't go. Thank you. Thank you for a good one-liner, Hugh. You're the best. I'd love to have you on Friday. We got to get that worked out. I have a plan for getting multiple callers, and it's going to be important. You're going to love it. Still waiting on Stove. I can hear his microphone. This is the importance of showing up on time. Hey, Stover, have you ever heard anybody say if you're on time, you're late? Oh, I guess not.
I can't get the sound to work, brother.
It's worth it. This is actually worth it. Okay. You know what? Let me just... Well, I don't want to mute him, but I'm going to. A lot of air noise. See how much better it sounds now? Okay, so... I have an idea. Bear with me as I go to the whiteboard. The whiteboard, if you don't know, is where ideas get put. Sometimes stupid ones, like One-Liner Wednesdays, which here was the deal with One-Liner Wednesday, okay? I was going to say a line, and then Stover was going to say a line, and then I was... but these weren't your guys' line, or to our southern brethren, y'all's line. These weren't y'all's lines. But I kind of didn't have time. But we were going to take those one-liners and make clips out of them. Stover froze, so I'm sure he'll jump back in when he feels ready. So I'm gonna read these anyway. I'm gonna read them anyway. So I said, "No, Michelle Obama, I'm not gonna let you blow me." All right, that'd make a good clip. All right, bear with me. M&Ms have always been made with beetle shells. That's what was said at Davos in their notes. Blanker, I hardly knew her, but it wasn't the F word in that one. It was started. I can't even sit. Stover's back. Stover's back. You there, bud? It's pretty fucking embarrassing all around.
Yay. I got it.
Did you get me this time?
Yeah, I hear you now. Well, I don't know what happened. I just reset it.
Oh, something happened and your body has entirely disappeared. If you figured out the formula to go invisible on purpose, let me know it. But as for now, I see flat Earth.
Yeah, now it's the camera, but I could hear you. While I listen to that, I'll fix this issue, man. Sorry, we did our Bible study the other day, and I didn't want to use the murder the media thing, so I hit one button just to do the regular green screen, and it seems to have messed the entire formula up.
Wholesome.
My bad, dude.
Does Jesus believe in flat Earth?
Maybe this is. Maybe he doesn't like my blasphemy, and this is like a lesson I'm learning.
Well, unfortunately, I have to pay for that. So I'll say a few Hail Marys, and we'll see if we can't get this straightened out. I feel like I got a direct line to the big man. I don't need the saints. God bless them all.
Hook me up, and I'll get this working in the meantime. Thanks, man.
Okay. All right. I'm going to continue with these reading one-liners to be used for clips and stuff later, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right. I know this is going to sound controversial, but I'm convinced that Joe Biden has a Snickers fetish. And yes, I mean that sexually. Next line. And she says to me, "Don't worry, sweetie. Jewish girls can't get pregnant." We've all been there. Twice. To be honest, I think Pol Pot had some great ideas. That one's going to hurt me. Oh, boy. Rape is a weapon of war, and I'm suited for battle.
Oh my God.
Right. I'm not getting paid to say... Why am I doing this? I'm not getting paid to say these. Can somebody listening, one of the interns, bring me a drink? I'm dying here. She already couldn't walk, but I made sure... She already couldn't walk, but I made sure she can't sit down either.
Oh my God.
AI spouse. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. How's that camera thing going there?
Not well, but I can hear you. That's more important.
Debatable. Let's see. AI spouses are the future. Who am I to stand in the way of progress? That makes me, that reminds me, there's this concept of the singularity. I don't know if you've heard of it. I think it might be Ray Kurzweil came up with it. And basically, we will reach a point in our human technological evolution and revolution to where the singularity will be where a dude gets to bang all the AI robots he wants. I think. And although Kurzweil might... Now, wait a minute, intern. I've only got 6 of these, and if you got one in your hand, it means I've only got 5. You're fired. You're fired. Did you just say, psst, I love you? Sorry, we do workplace sexual relationships here. Okay, yes, I'm banned from Israel. How did you know? I'm going to try that one again. Yes, I am banned from Israel. How did you know? Okay, here's another one. No, Mom, I didn't notice her Adam's apple. That was all of them. Somebody help me. I'm dying here. Okay, gonna check in on Stover. Stover, you're back from being muted while I delivered those lines. I had something I did actually want to cover. And it's actually it's actually not funny in the slightest. Give me a second, I'm going to pull that up. We've had a lot of posts on our Telegram page, which is the main hub of Murder the Media's communication station. Sorry about the burps. This Topo Chico hard seltzer. By the way, the show is... I can't say that. I'm on YouTube now. Yeah, our main hub, if you want to like chat, see our posts, get our notifications all in one, condensed space. Download, if you don't already have it, download Telegram and follow us at Murder the Media, all one word. At Murder the Media, all one word. At, you get it. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. We're on there now, but I need to go to this link that I posted earlier because you guys are going to be shocked at what I found this morning. So let me go. Take your time, computer. Put me, I need a brand new Chromebook. Sorry, intern talk. I need a brand new Chromebook. Doesn't have to be top of the line. This thing is 10 years old, and it's starting to piss me off. So get me one on Amazon. I don't care. And don't give me the big one. What? You think the big one would look more professional? Same size? Luckily, she doesn't like them big. Put that one down. Okay. This is really fucking embarrassing.
Sorry.
I found it.
That's really good.
I'm going to open it here. It's opening. Now it's going to make me sign into Twitter, which I don't remember how to do any of that. Oh, wait. Maybe that'll let me do it. It worked. Okay, cool. All right. Now, how do I... Wow, these Twitter ads on a computer are really intrusive.
Oh, wow. There we go.
There he is. I'm going to go to you. Hey, do me a favor. Entertain people for about 3 minutes.
All right.
Oh, you're on YouTube now. You can't do that.
I'm doing faces. Oh, on YouTube. Sorry about being late and the camera. I learned the trick. All you do is hit deactivate and then reactivate, and then that solved the problem. It doesn't make sense, but that's what you do. You just say deactivate the camera that's not working, and then activate the camera, and it starts working. It's
sort of like unplugging it and plugging it back in, right?
And I did that. Yeah.
You ever have a girlfriend that likes when you like fully unplug it and then plug it back in, then fully unplug it and plug it back in, then fully unplug it and plug it back in, then fully unplug it and plug it back in, and then fully unplug it and plug it back in? I find it annoying. I'm like, why do I got to unplug it the whole way? You know what I mean? It just...
That's never happened to me.
Okay, here we go. Let me zoom in.
I like your suit.
Thank you. Okay, I found it. Okay, this is. Here we go. Stover, I'm going to pull both of us up on this one.
Ooh.
There we are. Okay. All right. So we are on Twitter right now. We're literally on. Me and you are on Twitter. Okay. But this is no laughing matter, despite this being a comedy show. This fella, big shout out, because I feel like what he's doing is honorable, but probably not something that most people want to get into. And that is finding and exposing, not in a sexual way, pedophiles. Exposing, get it? Maybe don't make exposure jokes. We'll talk about pedophiles. Okay, lesson learned. All right. But anyway, this guy, he started this Twitter thread. If you don't know what that is, they make a main post, and then in the rest of it, underneath that, there's a whole bunch of other information. Stover,
Yeah.
You understand Twitter threads, right?
I do. I did a few of them before they banned me back in 2020.
Right on. Okay, so this fella says, at Youchewb Kids is grooming children with LGBTQ plus propaganda. I made an account, and what I found was disgusting. That's what he says. And I was like, okay, let's see. Let's see, how crazy is this whole thing, you know? And I started reading it, and I go, this is insanity. This is insanity. So we're going to all go through it together, because I want you guys to see just how deep this goes. Just how crazy you're not. Because you've got propaganda forces all over the world, but concentrated in the United States, that are constantly telling you, you're crazy, and none of this stuff is happening. And you start to question your reality. You start to question sometimes your sanity. You start to question if you're being misled and misguided by these so-called right-wing, far-right voices and whatnot, which, by the way, I personally, I don't listen to those people. I'm not this far right-wing conspiracy guy, but I will absolutely look at evidence that's put in front of my face and go, that's real. That happens. And if you're like me, you've probably noticed that this pedophile agenda is kind of happening, and it's happening everywhere. But the most scariest places it's happening is in places like Youchewb Kids, which is meant to be for children no older than 12 years old. No older than 12 years old. So here's this guy going through. This is at Aldo Buttazzoni. I might have. You know what? I'll let him have it. I'm not going to say anything. But now, let me say this, though, too. I've actually not verified any of this. This could be a joke, and it didn't dawn on me till I read this guy's name, Buttazzoni. I hope I'm not the Buttazzoni of his joke.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's Italian?
Do I think it's Italian? I hope it's Italian.
Yeah,
I hope
Italian.
that's what's going on.
It's Italian. Christ on a fucking snowmobile. That is a weird last name.
Let's see. Here you go. He's showing you when you sign up for these things, what it looks like as you're going through the thing. So your options are, this one you can't see it, but this one says, this one is for preschool, ages 4 and under. This one is for ages 5 to 8, as you can see, and this one is for 9 to 12. Now, if you notice, as I'm sure you do, I'll get this figured out one day. I'd make a horrible weatherman. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but here's the 9 to 12. It's a unicorn. Purple
kicking.
Unicorn tranny-corn. It's a tranny-corn.
Tranny-corn.
I would say tranny-corn. So yeah, there's that. So that's just signing up, okay? So he signs up, and now what does he get? Really need that new Chromebook. Oh, here you go. First thing to pop up. Kids meet a gender non-conforming person. Top age, 12 years old. 12 years old. I actually have nieces and nephews that are not 12 yet, but close. They're not mature. They're not ready. Call me an old boom. Call me an old fogey. Get with the times, Grandpa. Yeah, no, they're not ready for that. And if you're looking at this and you're saying to yourself, that's not the greatest thing, but it's a sign of the times. At least they're not, pushing sex on these children or anything,
Are you even in middle school by then? I'm trying to think. I think sixth grade is when you turn 13, typically.
Sixth grade's 12, I think. Yeah.
12
Hey,
and okay, so they're like barely out of elementary school, maybe.
Yeah, if your kids actually go to school in this day and age, which would make you unwise. Hey, stay over, check out this sweet, sweet graphic, okay? Watch your screen. I had this set up for this bit exactly, called Best of Twitter.
Ooh.
Woo, look at that. I forgot to put music to it, but I wanted to be like da 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 da.
And like whittly wong, and have Kodiak saying stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. That is gonna happen.
You like, yes.
So now I got to figure out how to X this out, and we'll move on to the next thing. Okay. Okay, so that was that one. Next one. Here is just one screenshot of the myriad of videos they have to inject children with LGBTQ programming. Why do kids need to be exposed to this? Now remember that last one, you go, I guess it's semi-innocuous. Okay, what about these? Song compilation. Oh, you never want to see one of these freaks with a video headline titled Compilation. Trust me. Go ahead and try. That says queer kid stuff, right? Yeah. Go ahead and try to search queer kid compilation on Google and see if you don't get a knock at your door from your local authorities asking questions. What are some other...
I've seen this thing. This
I wouldn't tell people you'd seen that. Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I saw it. I don't know where I've seen it. I think it was like somebody making fun of it. But this...
you saw it on YouTube Kids.
Yeah, the lady, or I don't know if I'm gonna fuck it up no matter what. But this person with the bear.
Oh,
you should click on one of those.
That young man. Well, no, I can't click on it. It's just a screenshot, nor would I. But I think I get the gist. Let's go ahead and go through these. We're launching a parenting podcast, Rainbow Parenting. Now, I noticed something about that one just now. Hey, what is that? Oh, those are the same unicorns in their little doodle as it was to sign up as a 9 to 12-year-old. Interesting. Is there something to this purple unicorn? I'm sure there's, because they got their weird fucking meanings behind everything. They're weird little fucking meanings, and you all know what they are. They've all been exposed, yet they continue to use those meanings and those little symbols and their little cartoons and their little code words and shit. But don't worry, they won't use their code words for much longer because it's pretty in your face. We'll just show you a video of that later. Here's another one: queer kid stuff identity compilation. There's that word again. Queer kid stuff gender compilation. It makes me think they might be trying to get young children to Google the word compilation and just see what happens. That's me reaching. That's me reaching, but I bet I'm pretty close to the truth there. We still got Happy Non-Binary Week. This is I don't think I could say this on YouTube, so I'll edit it. This is the most P-able, letter P dash able face I've seen in a long time. And if somebody were to run never mind. I digress. Here's another one. What does your self-care look like? Yours looks like a rotting, infested, never-healing wound. Or a Coke can made out of flesh. Celebrate, I don't even know. Talk about non-binary. What the fuck is this thing? Can you say that on YouTube? No, we're done.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can.
So,
I don't know. This person seems like a.
it's
To
not a
me,
person,
this
Stover.
person,
That's not a person. That's a demon.
okay, this demon seems like a real bucket of shit.
I guarantee this demon has some of those stashed around its demon house. Satan is love, buckets of shit. Here we go. There's a nice, cute little photo, isn't it? Dear grown-ups, get the vote out.
Get out the vote. Get out the vote.
Get out the vote. You need to get out there
Get
and
out the
elect
vote.
people that's going to let me fuck kids. Well, that's a bad one to clip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, what a fucking remarkable load of crap that these people have developed. I mean, how does anyone not just? I don't understand how they make it seem like this is like but what kid is actually going to sit down here and give half a fuck about any of this shit? They want to watch like a cartoon.
Well, here's the thing. They don't need all of them. And they don't need all of the kids to transgender, what do they call that? Shapeshift or wieners. They don't need the kid. They don't need all of them to do that. They just need some of them to do that because, well, these people can't reproduce. So this is how they do it. But, yeah, although they can't convince all the children to, let's be honest, be sexualized with them, with these demons, they can make it acceptable to these children for other children to be subverted and participate into that, to be tricked.
Oh, like
and, to be groomed. That's the word. To be groomed. I don't think I could say groomed on YouTube. Oh, but hey, YouTube, you are okay with this type of shit. You know, I already feel dirty about being on YouTube, and I just got on here tonight. Pretty fucking gross.
I'll be honest with you.
You're pretty fucking gross, YouTube.
Our expectations for YouTube were low, but holy fuck. Wow. I didn't know it had gotten this bad.
Yeah, you say you didn't know it's gotten this bad. Like you would think this was bad if you just went to YouTube and saw this, right? You'd be like, oh, jeez, this is ridiculous. What the hell are they doing? But keep in mind this entire time, this is YouTube kids age 9 to 12. Yay, progress, isn't it great? This picture kind of makes me happy, though. It says Happy Pride, and I hope those are tears in its eyes. Yeah. Now, I could keep going through all this one screenshot, but there's plenty more to get to, so let's move on. Let's just dedicate this entire show now to exposing pedophiles. I just feel like those two words don't go together. But we're going to expose them.
Exposing and yeah.
So let's go to the next slide, if you will. Oh, we'll go to just a little bit more, but we'll just use the whole screen. Sorry, let me shift back over. There we go. It's of course they're pushing Black Lives Matter. It's like, have you noticed what they do? And I feel sorry for black people that were fooled by Black Lives Matter, the movement, if you will. What's been going on for a couple decades now is the people who run things, the politicians, the bankers, sound like Alex Jones now, the World Economic Forum, okay, the ADL, the IDF, the whoever. What they're doing, in my opinion, this is my theory, they realized that the black voting bloc was probably both A, too small, and B, maybe not as loyal as they thought they were, although they're a pretty loyal voting bloc. But what they decided to do was, all these people that are involved in running your world, and this is what they do, by the way, so they said, how do we get a more solid voting bloc to usher in an era of the most disgusting shit that we want available, while at the same time taking everything away from everybody? Have them still voting us into positions of power, and use these people for successful campaigns of whatever type we want, whatever subversive fucked up demonic shit we can come up with. How do we utilize these people? And they said, well, we've been doing that to the African-American community in the United States for decades. And look at them. They're doing horrible, and they vote for us every time. Now, let me just stop right here, as some of you might be nodding your head. That's right. That don't mean I'm endorsing these fucking Republicans either, because they've been the other half of the people letting this shit happen the entire time, too. They do not get a free pass. They're all scum. That's Republicans. That's Democrats. And once you wake up and realize it's not even them running the show, but it is them following orders on both sides of the aisle, we might start making some progress. Back to what I was saying. So these people that run everything, whoever they may be, said, well, the blacks aren't reliable enough. It's not a large enough voting bloc. What do we do? And they go, I figured it out. Instead of these, for the most part, two sides, the red, the blue, the Republican, the Democrat, instead of that, let's start fracturing a relatively cohesive society into smaller and smaller and smaller groups. Let's take these marginalized people, these alienated people, and if that's not enough, we'll start creating our own groups. We'll start creating our own marginalized groups. Fuck, by the end of this, we'll just make up whatever we want, and these people will identify with it because they will be so willing to accept something that they feel is different, because we've taken every shred of creativity from them. We've taken every bit of hope from them. They're still hungry. They're poor. They're broke. And they still want to believe in the American dream where everybody's going to be rich and rock stars and movie stars and just big wheelers and dealers and all that. And then they're going to be so crushed by the time they get out into the real world, where we will, before that moment in time, just coddle them and make them think everything's going to be wonderful. And then we'll throw them out there and make them poor from paying taxes and stagnating their wages for 30 fucking years. And we'll just tamp our foot down on the heads of these stupid mutts that we created. They will be so desperate to reach for something that makes them feel different, not like the fucking hamburger we've just shoved through the grinder that we call the education system. We'll make them think that they're butterflies, sprouting their wings, their own original, unique wings that's true to them and nobody else. How do we do that? Oh, we tell them that the boys are girls and the girls are boys, and that half of them are neither one of those things, and that the other half can go back and forth between that. And before you know it, their suicide rate will be almost 50%. We'll have them dope out on fucking drugs, and they'll do whatever we tell them, because look what we got them to do. Mutilate themselves. Take hormone blockers and all this disgusting shit, and we'll get them to do it at a younger and younger age. And the older ones, we'll get them to convince children that they have influence over, to influence those children to do it, and so on and so on. And I know what y'all are saying. Where's he going with this? What does it have to do with black voters? All of those people vote the same way. I don't believe in voting. I don't believe in this government. I don't believe in this society. It's all shit. It's too late. It's gone. It's over. But I can't tell you how it works, and that's how it works. So now you start out with blacks being a solid voting bloc, but that wasn't enough. So what did they come up with next? They came up with gays. Now gays are the ones struggling for their civil rights and everything. Okay, fine, whatever. Everybody kept saying, fine, the blacks, fine, whatever, fair enough. The gays, fine, whatever, fair enough. And then it was now it's the bisexuals. Okay, it's getting a little weird here. I would have thought they fell under the category of gay or whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. And then they say, what are we up to? LGBT. Oh, T. Well, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's probably just guys that wear dresses and go to bars and put on shows. Okay, all right. What's Q? It's everything else. It's everything else. Like what? Everything. You don't even know what the Q is yet. You don't even know what the Q fully encompasses. And they go, so we're going to get the B as in blacks, and we're going to get the LGBTQs. It's a big swath. We're going to get them all to feel like they are struggling for the same rights and causes as each other. We're also going to throw in every other minority bloc we can. We're going to isolate white people and their voting bloc. We're also going to just fuck with their women's heads so much that half of them will go along with the tranny shit. Can you say tranny on YouTube? Fuck them. Fuck YouTube after this fucking clip. Pieces of shit. We'll do it without them. And then before you know it, somebody like Joe Biden is fucking president. I mean, fuck, let's be honest. Somebody like Obama is president. Now, some people might be watching or see this that goes, it drives you crazy, doesn't it? We organize and we blah, blah, blah. And we got people like Obama elected. In your fucking face, bigot, you fucking far right, whatever. And I go, been going really great for you though, hasn't it? These are their they're convinced it's their superstars. They can't even, and I'm no Trump fan. Don't turn the show off because I said that I'm no Trump fan, but let's just think of what Trump did for the African American community, right? And the United States when it came to stopping a lot of the war. I don't want to hear your shit about all the other things. I probably agree with you, but that's not what we're talking about. We're isolating two things. Liberals used to be anti-war and pro-African American, funding and welfare and helping them out and everything. Which arguably, it looks like Trump gave the most money to that community in history. I don't necessarily agree with him doing that either. But he did it, and he also stopped a lot of the wars that were going on at the time. Not all of them, not enough. There's plenty of dastardly shit America's getting into all over the globe that Trump never even talked about. And we're still there. Biden didn't get rid of them either. Now, all of those people, right, they're all a solid block now, and that's how you get your Obamas and your Bidens and everything. And the Trump thing. So even when Trump does something like the historic black college funding, right? They have these people so fucking brainwashed that even that, they couldn't go, well, that was nice of him. I don't like him, but that was nice of him. That's how it's over, people. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you, hey, you should really vote for whoever the next Republican candidate is. It's the lesser of two evils. So your only way out of this is, unfortunately, this government's on its last leg. That doesn't mean it's ending tomorrow. Well, they might have another 100 or 200 years out there. They might have another couple hundred years. Mm-hmm. But this is not sustainable. It's not going to happen. It's not going to continue. So sorry about the rant, but I'm not. But let's get back to what started all of this. People trying to fuck your children. And you think this is bad? You think what's on the screen right now is bad? Give it 10 years. And what you'll see on this screen is literally this fucking demon or somebody like it just having sex with a child on YouTube, kids. That's where we're going. Because look how fast it progressed to this. Stover, sorry to keep rambling. You go ahead. What do you got to say?
No, you're fine. Well, I'm curious. I want to ask you, what do you think this demon that they're using here in these clips, like, are they in on it, or is someone just kind of like patting them on the head and being like, "Oh my God, you're doing it. Keep it up"?
It's hard to say. It's probably both. You got your useful idiots, which is the vast majority of these people. Now, Republicans, you don't get a fucking pass either. You don't get a pass on the useful idiots either. You do tend to be more reasonable when it comes to things like fucking kids. All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah, they're like your modern day Republican politician is kind of like just a little bit of grooming, like just a little bit, and then 10 years from now they'll be like a medium amount of grooming, and then eventually they'll be like, we're not talking grooming, that's fine, but when you
they're already doing it.
Don't go through with it.
It's called okay. Most people that watch this probably understand the Overton window, but yeah, like what you're talking about, yes. That's what it is. What they'll do is the left, if you will, since we're just categorizing everybody, the left will say, hey, you know what I want? I really want to rape children and have society be okay with it. But I'm not going to say it that way. What I want to say is, let me start out by saying, children should be able to explore their sexuality around age 8. Yeah, that sounds good. We should have gay, lesbian, transgender, queer sexual education in 2nd grade. And then Republicans and their constituents, they go, that's fucking ridiculous. What are you talking about? No, that's disgusting. This is a long time ago, by the way. I'm sure you've noticed we've moved past that. So the right goes, they go, well, I don't think they should talk about that at all in schools. And then the left comes back and they go, all right, fine, 12. Same thing, little older, 12. And then the right, they go, how about 18? And then the left goes 14. And then the right goes 16. And the left goes, gotcha. And then they already won.
Okay.
And they already got that one. So now they'll just move the age younger and younger anyway. And if they can't get to them in the public education system, they'll just get to them here. Who do you think's more influential? The public education system or YouTube?
If you notice with YouTube, like I'm trying to watch, like the other day I was replacing a cell phone screen. So I was watching this guy on YouTube. He's like, take out this tiny little screw. And I'm like doing it. And it's really like a lot of little screws and components. You could just fuck it up really easy. So I'm like trying to watch it. And right when I'm like holding something that's going to like, if I drop it, I'm going to lose it, not know how to put it back together. YouTube makes me watch a commercial. I think eventually it's going to be like, you got to watch this like grooming commercial to continue watching your cartoon, kid. Like, you don't get to skip it. You got to watch at least like 5 grooming commercials to watch the Lego Bible Tales clip that you want to see on YouTube.
Lego Bible. If only they were exposed to something so wholesome. But yeah, that's a good point. That's a good way of getting them, is being like, just have them watch something that's not advocating sex with children, and just force them to watch the ads that they can't skip. And it'll start out with one that's 5 seconds long. And a year later, it'll be 2 that are 30 seconds long. And 5 years from now, they'll just be watching full-fledged pornography for 30 fucking minutes before they can get to their wholesome shit. So
and we laugh, but just you wait.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you say just you wait, and think of where we're already at. I mean, just look at the last, say, 12, 15 years, right? You would have never thought that long ago these were your videos. We moved on to the next slide now. This is, there was seemingly endless supply of these videos. Do children really have the capacity to understand these concepts? This is not education. This is indoctrination. This is absolute. That's exactly what it is. It's cultural subversion and indoctrination. If you speak out against it, you're the radical. You're the right-wing Nazi, scary, and look what they did with January 6th. They go, those are the people that are trying to kill you. Those are the people that want you dead because you're gay. And you go, I think they just didn't believe in the election results, and they actually weren't very violent. Well, what about all the people that died? You mean the victims? The victims that were protesters? Or you mean the cop that died of natural causes and you claimed he was beaten to death? But and then I'm amazed it came out that Sicknick did not die from the protests. Of course, they'll still push that narrative in some places, but you can look it up. But these people don't look shit like that up. They go, this is the narrative. We're running with it. Anyway, so here's some more gay shit for you.
Literally. I'm gay.
I'm gay.
That's the header.
Prince Henry, a gay fairy tale. Okay.
Wow.
Here's, let's go to the next one. We got one of the most prominent channels on YouTube Kids is Queer Kid Stuff. Oh, look who it is. It's the demon again. What does gay mean? Oh, so how do you think that that video goes? I can only imagine it has something to do with putting wieners in buttholes. Well, you take your wiener, your non-binary wiener. So it says T is for trans. It's okay. Look at this fucking... Okay. You think I say demon jokingly? Look at this. Look at that. Happy Pride. It's okay to be gay lip sync. Now, I feel like some people do purposely telegraph exactly what they are and what their agenda is. And this is Satan and Satan's agenda.
Yeah.
Not to get all Bible thumpy on you or anything, but that sure looks like a demon from hell to me.
It does.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I've seen that. Alleged, in my opinion, child rapist before. Oh, here it is again.
I like that he's got the beard. He's like, what? It keeps the beard. Look at his hands. They're like manicured woman hands with the nails. He's doing this. This isn't like that. Just looks natural on him. Try to do this. It's like hard. He's doing this with his hands.
So the caption on this one is many episodes featured drag queens and queer kids. Can you imagine what's going to happen to those queer kids? They're going to grow up to be these people like on methamphetamine. Well, probably not being on methamphetamine. Probably being on a lot of antidepressants.
Well, maybe they have like, it goes from queer kids and then they funnel them into like, what's that show where the whole family tells you got to stop doing drugs?
Oh, it's called Child Rape, that show? It's not on yet. It's a reality show. It's going to be produced in Hollywood.
They just funnel them into the next train wreck of cinema and YouTube videos, shows, TLC. I mean, what do you think is going to happen with that kid? The one that got the trans kid that got the surgery and had a show.
Desmond? Oh, Jasmine or something?
Yeah, Jazz.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. Currently, or very close to currently, that person is going to be convicted of child molestation, pedophilia, child pornography, possession, and rape. But in 10 years, none of those things will be a crime. So that person won't be charged with anything. The good news is in 10 years, that person won't be alive. Thank God that they kill themselves very often. Very often. And it turns out this one up here is Lindsay Amer, an American LGBT activist and YouTuber. She's been recognized by the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, the TED Conference. Fuck, I've got 3 of those things. Is that an accomplishment? And the Webby Awards for their work relating to LGBT education and advocacy. So when they say advocacy, although they don't mean it, because a lot of these organizations, not the ones I just mentioned, but a lot of organizations and parents groups and unaware parents, they just think that this person's trying to do the right thing for children that might be gay, homosexual, non-binary, transsexual, all these things that didn't exist 20 years ago that they're creating. But they just think they're trying to do, good work. Consent is okay. Here's where it's getting creepy. Go ahead, Stover.
I just don't trust anyone that brings a ukulele to a TED Talk.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone that makes it's okay to be gay videos that are broadcast to 9-year-olds and has just dozens of them and has I feel like I feel like the truth will come out about this individual here. But maybe it won't. I mean, with these popular people, look at popular people like Harvey Weinstein, for example, right? Mm-hmm. Look how long that
popular, but yeah, well known.
Yeah. Look how long that took to come out. How many victims he had, and he wasn't even raping young male children, No. But this is becoming so mainstream. Here's the next conversation, and I guarantee this is the next major conversation to come and go. No pun intended. Is one of these people is going to get caught molesting children. It's going to be a huge scandal. It's going to be one of these types of people that we're looking at right now. And the conversational Overton window purposeful shift is going to be Well, what should the age of consent be? When this activist, this LGBTQ plus activist, had sex with that 14-year-old, do you think the 14-year-old could have consented to it? We should talk about it. Maybe that's something we should talk about. We don't really know. Age is just an arbitrary number. It's just, that's the next conversation to start happening. And I know some of you might be going, no, we're never going to get to that point. Oh, yeah, we are. Oh, yeah, we are. And it's going to take a catalyst like a tragic, super controversial, highly publicized situation. And these people are not going to let that go to waste. A lot of you might think something like exposure like that would be bad for their movement. Oh, no. There is no bad publicity to these people. They'll just take it and linguistically spin it to make you start going, wait, am I crazy? Am I crazy? And you go, all you got to do is think back. Let me see. I guess 20 years ago, we were kind of against child rape. It's pretty standard. Thanks, Anthony.
I got a map
you just
here.
got a little
Age
plug.
of consent.
I'm not looking at that.
Age of consent.
I'm not looking at
in
the age
world.
of consent. Because what you're doing accidentally, you're not even aware that you're doing that, is you're now opening up the conversation. And I know that sounds closed-minded and everything, but it's like, okay, well, in this country, it's this age. In this country, it's this age. And before you know it, you're going to find a country where the age is going to probably surprise you, maybe even shock you. Do I know what that country is? No, not off the top of my head. But
well,
now
here's what I thought was weird.
Now you've just opened the discussion to, well, if it's okay when you're 13 in Slovakia, go ahead, Stover.
Well, this is the thing I think that's weird. If you look at my screen here, so there's some places that have the age of consent being 21, but if you go to one of those countries, right? Let's go to one. There's not many. Here, we'll just go to one that's like 19. If you hover over it, it magically becomes the same color as the age of consent being 11. Look at this. It's like it's tricking you. It's like it's saying, but it should be 11. See? Accident? I don't know.
I see it turning orange. I don't see orange in the key anywhere.
It's telling you to fuck kids. That's what I'm saying.
I don't doubt it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't doubt it. But y'all will see exactly what I'm talking about. They chip away at the moral fabric of things. They chipped away at the moral fabric of things to the extent where if you say moral fabric, they go, look at that fuddy-duddy. Look at that old fucking right-wing extremist. I'm fucking your kid.
Well, I find it odd, Liz, like with all these, everyone, right-wing extremist, white supremacist, all of these names. I mean, all of these communists, they jump on board. None of them have read the Communist Manifesto, which that's a lie. That's right out of the Communist Manifesto is make up a name and then connect it to someone that, like, Hitler, and then just call everyone a Nazi and say it enough times and everyone will think that person's a Nazi, and then you can keep doing your socialist nonsense.
Here's the thing. I agree with you, and I'm very aware of what's in there and how to divide and conquer. Communist Manifesto, all that. I'm saying people don't realize the time for pointing out these proofs and these trends and these strategies. It's long past. It's long past. Enough of the right people have known all those things for decades, and those people have been discredited. They've been blacklisted. They've been silenced. They've been censored. You people watching this are probably very aware of the Facebook purges and the Twitter purges and the YouTube purges. And you say, well, look at what these people do allow. Have you read the Communist Manifesto? Do you know about the Frankfurt School? Do you understand how subversion works? And me personally, yeah, I do. But the thing is, those times for you to be able to take that information and pass it on to people and it make a difference, it's gone. We are so far past. I'll prove to you right now how far past that point we are and how none of that matters anymore. There you go. There you go. It's right there in front of you. If you don't believe me, take an honest look around. It is too late. Traditional forms of information passing in order to wake up the masses are over. They're done. You do not control the flow of information. It is controlled. It is not controlled by you or people who are friendly to you or your agenda, or you're trying to stop child rape, child molestation, pedophilia, child pornography, the promotion of underage sex. Look what is out there. You're not turning it around. You're not going to say, hey, you know, Hitler only killed 6 million Jews, but Stalin killed like 20. It's true. It doesn't make a fucking difference. Nobody gives a shit. We are beyond that point. It's not coming back. It's too late. These people will succeed in their agenda. Mark my words, they will succeed in their agenda. Because everybody keeps going, well, you know, Ron DeSantis might make a pretty good president. He might really turn things around. Okay, bud. So anyway, back to these pedophile fuckers that have more influence than anybody that's a Republican candidate at the time.
Oh, man.
Okay, here's a good example. They say it's about kids' toys and playing, but there's more sinister undertone given the cultural rise of maps. Take a look at Billboard Chris's recent video where a man says children can consent to sex. Billboard Chris, 10 minutes of my life. Man thinks that 12-year-olds can consent to sex with adults. Woman on scooter hits me from behind. You guys think I'm angry at the world because I'm against maiming and sterilizing children. Woman has fit and knocks over a ladder. I don't see the video of that, but that's okay because you've all seen this scenario dozens of times in the last few years, especially when, you know, the BLM riots were happening. You know, they're doing all this stuff, but you would keep seeing these non-black Antifa type people rioting in the streets and burning things and looting and smashing up windows and buildings, and their message verbally was Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. They couldn't really vocalize anything deeper than that, but what they could vocalize to you was things like this. Really awkward things, just putting it out in the mainstream, and they know. Remember what I said? They don't waste an opportunity. Remember all those riots and all that camera time that these people got? They use that time to start pushing these types of ideas and silencing. See, woman on scooter hits him from behind, all because he didn't think that the age of consent should be 12 years old. By the way, these people are trained to attack you violently for saying things like, "I don't think children should have puberty blockers. I don't think children should be mutilated by doctors and call it gender dysphoria, and that they're helping these children and whatnot." I mean, if you try to have a rational, which is impossible, conversation with these people, they literally physically attack you. And keep in mind, your government does nothing. Your government does not do shit about it. The government, you think half of them is on your side, do nothing. In fact, they go along with it when they lock up your peaceful protesters. Yeah, but you saw all these peaceful protesters that weren't peaceful at all. And what did they get? Bailed out and no charges filed. Stover, go.
That's another thing that I've noticed that is weird is like ever since the introduction of like when there's a hate crime element, like it's extra charges. So beating someone for disagreeing with your dare I call it an ideology, with your child fucking ideology, wouldn't that be a hate crime? But no. They bail, like it's a slap on the wrist. They're really passionate about fucking kids. We got to let them give them a slap on the wrist. But someone that actually, if it was the other way around, it'd be like a hate crime.
Yeah, that entire scenario should be very eye-opening to most people. And that is, let's say you're right wing, you fall into that pre-mold category set forth by the establishment in order to separate everybody and confuse people and make people the enemy of the people instead of people the enemy of the government, which they've been really fucking good at. They've been really good at, and most of you dopes have fallen for it. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and ally myself with a pro-child mutilation kid fucker pedophile or anything. I'm not saying that. But there's a lot of people out there that you could probably get to go, you know what I am against? I'm against fucking kids. I think I'm pretty against fucking kids. And then you go, well, how many other people in this country do you think are against fucking kids? And the establishment would have you think 50% are for fucking kids, 50% aren't. The reality is 97, 98% are definitely, I'm anti-fucking kids. I'm definitely anti-kid fucking. But you wouldn't know that by what you're watching and seeing and who you're talking to. But keep this in mind. That small percentage that is pro-fucking kids, they are the ones that literally violently attack you for speaking out against fucking kids. Despite you being in the majority now, they have a way of making you feel like you're about 50-50. You're about 50-50. You're not. You're not 50-50. You're in the vast majority. Most people are not for fucking kids. But they are legally... It's against the law, but they're still legally allowed to attack you for saying you shouldn't be able to fuck or mutilate children. Can you think of the words coming out of my mouth and I'm not being sarcastic? You could say, I could go out with a sign and I could hold my fucking sign up and it could say, I'm against fucking and mutilating children. You would be assaulted by Black Bloc and Antifa. They would be bailed out by Hollywood millionaires. No charges would be filed by the local DA. And you would probably get a ticket for, I don't know, like protesting in an anti-free speech zone or something. It's over. You lost. It's fucking done. Quit. Give up. Because you're not going to win this battle politically. It ain't going to happen. It was over years ago. Stover, go.
I like how when you see the news articles and things, about the people who protest the drag queen story hour, they write it like far right group storms the reading and scares all the children, but they just glaze over the fact that like children who are being groomed to be fucked by adults. Like I would say that would be more scary than someone running in and saying, hey, stop grooming the kids. But they make it sound like these evil people break down the door and scared these kids. These kids will never be the same. They were just altering the kids' reality to be fucked by adults. And these guys ruined it and scared the children.
Yeah, they scared the children. Those evil people, they stormed in and they were just so hateful and they were so bigoted. And I don't want my children exposed to these hateful, far-right, Hitler-loving bigots. I just don't want that. I feel that that's bad for society. Anyway, I'm going to go back into this drag show in this bar and I'm going to have my kid stuff dollar bills down this tranny's fucking G-string as his wiener's flopping around, all right? Fucking degenerate, right-wing scum, far-right scumbags. I'm going to go have my kid exposed to this. I don't want to miss the finale. Okay, so I'm going to play one more video, and then I got to end it, and we're going to read comments. We went over again, which I don't mind doing, but other people mind. You know, I got other responsibilities. I can't spend all my time waking you people up. All right, here we go. We're going to go to this. Hopefully the audio plays.
Can a child consent to playing soccer outside with his buddies? Sure. Can he consent to having sex with an adult? Absolutely not.
So,
but you got all these minor attracted people who want to lower the age of consent for everything and just basically give kids agency for everything.
Something that bothers me about this video. The guy that is anti-kid fucking is this guy, this fella right here, this demon, has a sign in a public space advocating the fucking of children. Okay? Nobody attacks him. Not a soul. One guy comes up to him and says, I disagree with your sign. I'm not a fan of it. And then the guy says, you know, quote, these maps, these minor attracted people, right then you already lost. You already fell for the game. That is the thing. Minor attracted people. But that's the kid fuckers' term for themselves. You've already linguistically capitulated to lessening the severity of what it is they're advocating for. Minor attracted person is kid fucker. And this guy who's interviewing the guy, I am glad that he did. He's exposing this guy, but you accidentally, without realizing it, move the goalposts into this pedophile's favor by agreeing with their words, their linguistics, which are meant to mess with your mind and slowly seed ground to eventually having sex with kids. Oh, you thought I was making the sex with kids things up? No, here's proof of it right here. A guy holding a sign doing an interview, not afraid of anything, or anybody, holding a sign in a public square advocating for sex with children.
For everything in their lives and take away parental control completely.
That's my
totally
stance.
insane.
My stance. There we go.
Just so you know, he said that's his stance. That is his stance. Now he's going to clarify it and say the exact same thing with different words. This is called linguistics. It's saying the exact same thing but making it more palatable. But he already admitted to that's his stance. You just heard him say that.
Oh, okay.
My stance is I want to decouple age and consent. I think the two.
Decouple age and consent. That's called linguistics. They are minimizing they are taking the harshness out of the terminology while still saying the same thing. They're making it more palatable to the masses. They are slowly subverting you and indoctrinating you and your children. This is propaganda. This is how it works.
The way he says it.
What do you say?
He's so smug. He's like smug about it. Like he's got a degree in kid fucking. And let me educate you, bigot. About kid fucking. I got my I did my thesis on this.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't.
Like he really.
Yeah, he doesn't think he's wrong, Stover. He doesn't think he's wrong. He believes that he is advocating for what he was taught, probably at university, probably in college, by a professor that indoctrinated him. He thinks that he's doing the right thing because what they do is it's like you. This is why I didn't want you to show the pedophile map, and I'm not the age. I didn't want you to show the age of consent map, and and I'm not mad or anything, but my reasoning was, what happens is, you enter into that topic, which is what they want you to do, and they get you to say, well, the age of consent is 18 in most places in the United States. But what if the guy was 19 and the girl was 17? You go, well, I guess in that scenario, it's probably acceptable. Okay. And the guy goes, okay, cool. And so that guy won. He just got you to move down to 17. And
so how would you say it? Like, let's say you got someone using these linguistics in regards to the age of consent.
Okay,
are you saying the age of we should just say something completely different than the age of consent?
No. For lack of a better term, you should treat them like Black Bloc treats you. But we don't do that for some reason. It's almost as if we've been kowtowed into knowing and believing that these people can do anything they want, including advocating child rape in a public square. To not agreeing with you and beating you as a gang for you speaking the truth, right? Mm-hmm. You know as well as I do, one side is allowed to do that, and that side is always on the side of extreme left-wing Marxist ideologies meant to fracture and destroy people and societies, whether they know it or not. And it doesn't matter if they know it or not. The system knows it and allows it. Okay, think about this. There were protests for over 200 days during the BLM riots. Billions of dollars in damage. Dozens of rapes, assaults, murders, etc. There were all those things. Then you look at the Capitol, and the government has done 5,000 times more persecution of the people at January 6th than they ever did, ever, of the people who looted, rioted, murdered, burned, raped, destroyed, literally took over American cities and declared them their own independent nation. That's literal sedition. That's literal terrorism.
Right. You think of guys like Kyle Rittenhouse, who was quote unquote a minor at the time, being attacked by adults and protecting himself, and they made him out to seem like this like this insane murderer.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Rittenhouse. Even the right is now slowly being like, oh, fuck Kyle Rittenhouse. As soon as he got off for murder, he became an advocate for BLM. Okay, you can play that game if you would like, right wing. You can. It's whatever. I don't care anymore what happens. But keep in mind, while you're doing that and bickering about somebody like Kyle Rittenhouse for who he chooses to support after getting off of a murder charge, in a scenario that absolutely was not murder, was 100% self-defense. There's no arguing that. Now, linguistics played a big fucking role in that too. Subversion played a big role in that too. I will point out, while you're mad at Kyle for what happened, this guy is on the street advocating for child sex and nobody says anything. I'm going to go ahead and keep playing this clip. Hopefully we'll get to the end of it. My point will be proven if it hasn't already. We got 1 minute left of this, and then I'm gonna find the comments. I'm gonna read them, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Have no bearing with you.
So do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to sex with an adult?
Here's what I think. I think that different people mature at different rates. Everyone would agree with that.
Everyone would agree with that. Different people mature at different rates. Everyone would agree with that. You see how subversion works? I'm going to try to stopping this, but I'm trying to wake you fucking people up to how these things work.
Let's ask that question again, though.
Okay.
If I may.
Absolutely.
Do you think a 12-year-old, do you think any 12-year-old can consent to sex with an adult?
It doesn't sound good, but a mature...
See how they never give a hardline answer? They always leave wiggle room to stop the conversation to that point and move your goalpost just a little bit in their direction. And they do this for days and weeks and months and years. And before you know it, there's a guy holding a sign in a public square advocating for child rape. And nobody does anything.
Mature adult that understands the concept of consent. Why should we limit someone by their age?
Ooh.
Why should we couple age with consent?
My man, this is not going to look good on Twitter later.
Hey, it's not going to look good on Twitter. That guy should go, yeah, it's not going to look good on Twitter, but you're not going to do anything about it. And I just use your Twitter feed to make people go, well, you know what? Maybe he's a little bit right about this one thing. That's why I say you got to be fucking careful about the conversations you enter into. This should not be a conversation. It should be something else, and I won't say what it is, but it should not be a fucking conversation. They don't have conversations with you, do they? Do they have conversations with you, or do they throw bricks at your fucking face?
I just think his facial expressions just are fucking weird, dude. Like, we're sitting here he's talking about having sex with children, and the guy's like, this isn't going to look good later, and he gets this, like, aren't I a rascal look on his face. Like,
yeah.
Don't I say the darndest things about fucking kids? Like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. I mean, the craziest thing about this whole video is it was the guy who recorded this and posted the video. I believe his intentions were admirable. And on the surface, it looks like that guy won this conversation and got this guy to admit that he was for that. Here's the thing. The guy never denied it. He's holding a fucking sign advocating it. Did you really get him, or did he get you? Did he get you to enter into a conversation? Did he get you to put something so provocative on Twitter that people are now going to play it over and over again? And some of those people, not very many, but some of those people are going to start saying, well, I mean, okay, so in some scenarios, he's right. In some scenarios, he's right. But I'm not for adults having sex with 12-year-olds. I mean, obviously, I'm not for that. You've entered into dialogue with this person and these people. Guess where it goes from there? Slowly in their favor. There's no other way around it. Why does nobody say the shit that I'm saying? Why is everybody trying to find fucking common ground with these people? I don't understand it. You platform them. They don't platform you. They shoot you. They throw bricks at your face. They mob you masked up as a gang carrying their own flag that denies America's power and sovereignty. That's fucking sedition. That's terrorism. That's all those things. And nothing. Your government doesn't do anything about it. They don't even say it's wrong. They say, well, it's just an idea. That fucking gang of 50 people that attacked you for saying, I'm really not for abortion. That gang that did that, that's not a gang. That's an idea. We can't fucking sit here and regulate and legislate against ideas. Isn't it weird how they always win and you always lose just trying to fucking be sane? How are you losing? How are you losing by being against pedophilia? You think you might be winning, but you saw the YouTube videos on YouTube Kids. You really think you're fucking winning? You're not winning. In my opinion, you've probably already lost. Not you, Stover. I'm just talking to the audience now.
Well, I know. And for anyone that might doubt this pedophile's commitment to the pedophile cause, look at all that black ink. Like, how many times did he have to swap out his... Like, that's how he decided to print that. That was like, he had to replace the black ink in his printer like 10 times just to make that sign.
Well, Soros gives him his poster budget.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish it.
All right. That's what I want to say. I think
a 12-year-old can consent to sex with an adult. That's horrid. That's what we call rape.
Statutory rape.
Statutory rape. No.
Is defined as someone who's under 18.
There you go. So, I think it appeared on the surface that, we just struck a blow against these people because he looked like a fool. In the end, he won. He won because you entered into dialogue with him. Stover, what's your take on that? I'm going to go pull up comments. Go ahead.
I'd like to see the version where Villeneuve walks up and talks to this guy.
I don't talk to people like this. There's no discussion for me with people like this. There's no point in entering into dialogue with people like this. Would I talk to talk to people that like maybe border on like leftist ideology and everything as an entertainment avenue? Yeah, probably. Like I don't mind having conversation and everything. But that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with who it is you're. Are you being entertaining or are you entering into a legitimate discussion, dialogue, and potential argument? And you got to be careful with who you do that with. And keep in mind, you mentioned, the Marxist ideology and, the Communist Manifesto and everything. And I'm very aware of that. And that's why these people don't talk to you. That's why these people throw bricks at your face and they shoot at your house and they mob you and they fucking try to kill you with their fists and bats and rocks. And they don't do the conversation game when it comes to the extreme. Now, keep in mind, they're never called extreme by your government. You're called extreme for being like, I'm against fucking kids, and I think maybe we shouldn't promote abortion so heavily in this country. Mm-hmm. You're the terrorist. According to your government, you're the domestic terrorist, not the people who wave their own flags in the United States and dress in all solid black and everything, purposely hiding their identities. I mean, they're smart. I give them that. They're smart. But the right would never be able to do that. They'd be shut down instantly, as you saw with January 6th, which I will always go back to as my example, because I've known people that had their fucking house raided when they committed misdemeanors on January 6th. Misdemeanors. The FBI has gone to houses all over the country with terrorism SWAT teams, and they've kicked in doors with fully automatic rifles and full tactical teams over misdemeanors. And if you're one of the few people that don't believe me, just simply look it up. Two of our guys that happened to, and they're in prison for 4 years each at this very moment. They just started their sentences both about 3 weeks ago. 4 years. I can't think of Black Bloc really ever going to prison en masse like the January 6th peaceful protesters. Stover, go.
I have a friend, another friend who isn't a part of the Murder the Media crew that he sent me photos of his house getting raided for J6. He did nothing. He was just like there. And I'm convinced that, like, let's say if I hadn't even planned on doing any protesting and I just got an Airbnb somewhere in that area, had my cell phone, and then, hung out, watched some Netflix, and then flew home, not even going to the protest, they would have knocked down my door because of how they were collecting the cell phone stuff. They'd be like, oh, this guy knows this guy, and the other guy. He was in DC, and I would probably be facing charges just for simply having my cell phone ping off of a tower in that area. And it's not like these guys have any criminal records. A lot of them are ex-military, and it's like they're guys where all you would have to do is call them and leave them a voicemail going, hey, we're going to need you to come down to the police station and we need to talk to you, and they'd show up. But no, instead they needed to do this big kind of theatrical production of the raid and these giant pieces of military equipment with wheels in their, on their grass in the front yard, just, making a big scene as a way of saying, don't think for yourself, bigot.
Oh, it's not don't think for yourself. It's keep your thoughts to yourself. And if you ever think, even fucking think about doing anything like January 6th, if you ever think about saying, I'm not a fan of what my government is okay with, you're a domestic terrorist, and we will come down on you with the full weight of the law. We will put you in prison for years. We will kick your fucking door in, and we will put gun muzzles in the face of your children and kill your animals when we kick in your door over a fucking misdemeanor. And if you think we'll do it over a misdemeanor, don't you even think about fucking starting some sort of thing we'll call felonious RICO-based conspiracy, or we'll just shoot you in the fucking head when we come to your house. Meanwhile, that sounds extreme. That's what's happening. Why did nothing happen to the people who took over city blocks in Seattle and created what they called an autonomous zone that is no longer America? We took over the Chaz and the Chop, and we said, this isn't America anymore. This is our country. There is nothing more of a declaration of war that has ever happened in the United States except that moment. And where was the SWAT teams? Where was the raids? Where was the prison sentences? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. But misdemeanor charges are getting 4 years and raided by FBI SWAT teams. And you're right. The reason they do that is to say they can do whatever they want. You can't do that. You are being watched. You are being told, stand down. You are a terrorist. You are the worst thing in this country. Not the people trying to fuck your kids. Not the people taking over city blocks and declaring it no longer the United States. Not the people who assault you en masse when you try to voice your opinion in the public square. Not the guy standing in that same public square advocating for the rape and of children, not the doctors, not the psychologists, not the professors advocating the mutilation of very young children, the puberty blockers, the transsexualization, the homosexualization of your children at young ages. They're not the bad guys. You are for saying you're not okay with it. You are. And they've proven it. And they proved it with January 6th. So you can have conversations with the guy in the public square about fucking kids if you want, but it's not going to make a difference. Not really much going on the YouTube comments. I will, but thank you so much. 8 people watching now on YouTube. I feel like that's pretty good on our first night on YouTube. But I will go to the Rumble page now. Hey, Stover, how are you feeling about the 3 nights a week thing? And while I'm mentioning the 3 nights a week, you think you'll be able to do those?
Yeah, I'll be there. What are we doing next? Friday?
Yeah, I'm thinking we do Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Here's the thing, and I know I'm the one that keeps saying this. I'm the one that keeps saying, I can only do 30 minutes, bud. Maybe it'll stretch into 40. I think we're going on like an hour and a half now, and I apologize. I rant. I'm sorry, but one day when we get better at this, we will condense it down, and it will be a 30 to 40-minute show, and that's everything. Intros, segments, comments. And honestly, I've said what I've had to say about what y'all know I've talked about tonight. And I'd rather not keep rehashing it. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not here to take your money pointing out the fucking obvious truth to you. You shouldn't need that type of guy. From here on out, I'm going to make a concerted effort, along with Stover, to just do an entertaining show. I want to make you laugh. I don't think there was a lot of laughing tonight. And like I said, you don't need me to tell you the truth. But you need somebody that's, is on your side to go, let's have a good time. Let's lighten up a little bit. And I actually apologize for not doing that tonight. But as you can tell, I get a little heated about certain topics and subjects, and they all lead into the same subject. And that is, your government hates you, and they want you dead and gone, and they want to fuck your kids. But let's go back to, we've only got, it says I got to sign in to view. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the old page. I'm on the old show. That still says 2 comments. I know what happened.
I've got it open.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you pull that up for me, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Let me do a screen share. I'm just going to mute so we don't get any sort of a echo or anything. Boom.
Their search function
There you
really
go.
shit.
I'm going to do... There you go. Just look at mine.
Oh, okay. I got them now. Okay, so Pax said they naturally don't care. They're told to care by their disgusting parents, kids. Why does that keep scrolling to the fucking bottom? You know what? Fuck you too, Rumble. I'm so sick of your fucking shit. How do you not have this figured out? Can I read these fucking comments, please?
I got one. Tang says, I'm predicting your YouTube career is going to be brief.
Yeah, it's fucking over tonight. And you know what? Fuck them. Fuck YouTube. I don't give a shit. Cocksuckers. I just made a lot of people mad at Murder the Media, and I apologize. I mean, Splorf TV. Sorry.
Kevin says, I love these rants.
I used to dig them, but now I'm like, fuck. It's like I could talk till I'm blue in the face. It's not going to matter. All I'm advocating for is whoever can just get get as far away from this shit as you can. That's all you can do. And you'll probably be pursued and you'll probably be persecuted. But the only advice I can give at this point, which I'm trying to follow myself, is to get the fuck out of it. Homeschool your kids, take them away, take them out of the pedophiles' clutches, and just try to live as much of a traditional life as you can. I don't know what to tell you to do because I literally can't say certain words or I'll get my fucking door kicked in over free speech issues. So I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Yeah, I see the YouTube career. It says, Kevin says Blackfield vibe. Yeah, apologies. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing all right, Kevin. It should be banned. Ads should be banned on any children's content. I don't disagree with that, Pax. Predators of any kind always choose the weakest, most vulnerable prey. Oh, absolutely. And you got to keep in mind, they're going after children because they're so easily influenced. They're so moldable. And they know they won't talk about this. Nobody will talk about this. If a child is molested, that child is very likely to become a molester when they're in their later teens and in adult years. I mean, it's hard to hear, but that's the case, and it's very scary. So it's almost like this is being done as some sort of, and this is going to sound crazy conspiratorial, but in my opinion, it's not. This is being done to just create more people that will advocate these positions when they're adults and can vote. The guys go out and catch pedophiles have serious legal issue that they deal with constantly. It should not be that hard to simply out a pedo. Absolutely. Then he goes on to say the system protects them. You're absolutely right. The system protects all of its weird little fucking agents like Antifa and Black Bloc and these pedophiles, but they kick your door in over misdemeanors on January 6th. Never forget that. Never forget that comparison. And that's a real comparison. That's not me being hyperbolic. That's not me blowing things out of proportion. No, I've known personally 2 people that were raided by the FBI for misdemeanors committed on January 6th. Now, some people might say, well, those weren't misdemeanors. Those were felonies. No, not at the time. No, they weren't charged with felonies at the time. They were charged with misdemeanors. That's on paper. That's on the fucking books. They were raided for misdemeanors by an international or by a national FBI fucking SWAT team that is trained to deal with terrorists. Okay. giggling like he is being edgy when he's nothing but scum. Yeah, they laugh in everybody's face. They're not afraid, and they don't have to be. They have the full support of the government and law enforcement, and your people are in prison for 4 years for misdemeanors. Doesn't matter. That's not what these people are advocating for. And like Bill said, they're just chipping. Bill said they're just chipping away at your stance. Exactly. Shout out to Lou, by the way. Tang, shout out to Tang as well. Shout out to everybody in the comments. I really appreciate you commenting. And I'll try to get to these sooner. I ran long because y'all know how I get.
It was my fault. I had tech problems and we started a little late, so I apologize.
Oh no, it was a little your fault in the beginning. I'd say about 10%. 90% was me just going on a fucking tangent.
All right, fair. I'll take it.
Tank said, Bill, I cannot be harder at this moment. All right. Once we're gone, they will get them, right? Right? Yeah. You should put up a timer for each segment. It'll help you stay on track. We've talked about that. We're actually going to do that, Lou. So thank you for reminding me. I just got to get with Stover, and we got to figure out what the actual segments are going to be. And they have to be relatively fluid so they don't get too stale. But yeah, like I got one segment. Tell me what you guys think about this segment. Ready? Bam! Right? I'm going to get a little voiceover for that and everything. And yeah.
Yeah. Best of Twitter.
Which I was going to call the worst of Twitter. It's a little cliche. Never apologize for these rants. It's great. I appreciate it, guys. But you know what? The last two shows Stover and I did, a lot of people said, I laughed the entire time. My wife laughed until she was crying. That's what I want to do. There's enough black-pilling shit out there. You don't need me doing it as well. You don't need me to pile on, and I'm not here to profit or get clicks and views from being just some other fucking doomsayer. You know my position. All the people in the Rumble comments know my position. So we're gonna just try to be funny and just have a good time. And the reason I'm doing it, I've said before and I'll say again, the only reason I'm still here is because I still have two people I have to advocate for, and I have to help fundraise for, and I have to help make money for their families, and hope that when they get out of prison, being political prisoners, they have something to come back to, and that they're as comfortable as they can be while they're doing time in this disgusting, subverted, collapsed country and filthy, run by just the most disgusting, filthy government. That goes for the left and the right. Fuck them. Dick Nicarlo and Nicholas Oakes, we're going to get graphics ready to go to where we can link their Give, Send, Go pages, not GoFundMe because they're communist pieces of shit. Their Give, Send, Go pages where you can help them and their families while they're in prison on trumped up charges as political prisoners. We will get that done, I promise. We got years to go, so I apologize for not already having it done, but unfortunately we do have a lot of time. Also, to everybody listening that has been helping with all this stuff, we really appreciate it. There's too many names to go through all of them all. Right now, you know who you are, and we really appreciate everything. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for that. And let me plug important business meeting tomorrow night at 8 Central on Rumble, and it better be on YouTube. Same channel on YouTube, same channel on Rumble. And I don't know if they're going to keep doing it on Telegram or not, but they will let you know. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central, with Mike Lassiter and sweet boy Carl. International business meeting on Murder the Media and Splorf TV. Stover, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
No, I don't. Let's wrap her up, and I'll see you on Friday.
Okay. Hopefully I didn't make the old lady mad by going on too long. I'm pretty sure I did, though. So, all right. 10 seconds. Look cute.